The world watched in shock. August 31st, 1997. Princess Diana, the people's princess, was gone. A car crash in a Paris tunnel, a tragic accident that claimed her life. Her companion, Dodi Fayed, and their driver, Henri Paul. The official French investigation concluded a drunk driving accident, a tragic end to a beloved icon. The world mourned. Millions grieved for a woman who championed the vulnerable, challenged conventions and captivated hearts. But amidst the grief, questions lingered. Whispers of conspiracy theories began to circulate. Could this really be just a tragic accident, or was there something more to the story? The official narrative, though seemingly straightforward, left some unconvinced. The driver's blood alcohol level was 3 times the legal limit. The paparazzi pursuing Diana's car were immediately blamed. Case closed, or so it seemed. But for many, too many questions remained. Why was the driver, a security expert, speeding with a drunk driver? Why did the security cameras in the tunnel malfunction that night? The seeds of doubt were sown. The initial shock gave way to a wave of speculation. The world was stunned, and as the news spread, so did the theories. The circumstances surrounding Diana's death seemed ripe for conspiracy theories. The tragic car crash in the Paris tunnel, the suddenness of it all, left many questions unanswered. Some theories were outlandish, fueled by grief and disbelief. People couldn't accept that such a beloved figure could be lost so suddenly and senselessly. Others, however, struck a nerve, raising troubling questions about the official narrative. The more people talked, the more they began to question the details provided by authorities. One of the most persistent rumours centred around the British royal family. The idea that the monarchy could be involved in such a tragedy was both shocking and compelling. Diana's relationship with Dodi Fayed, an Egyptian Muslim, was controversial. Their romance was under intense scrutiny, and some believed it was a factor in her untimely death. Some whispered that the royal family, disapproving of the relationship, had orchestrated the crash. The whispers grew louder and the speculation more intense. These theories, while lacking concrete evidence, resonated with those who saw Diana as a thorn in the side of the establishment. Her popularity and outspokenness made her a unique figure. Another line of inquiry focused on the involvement of intelligence agencies. The idea that secretive forces could be at play added another layer of intrigue. Diana's global fame and her humanitarian work, particularly her campaign against landmines, brought her into contact with powerful figures and potentially made her a target. Her efforts to change the world were seen by some as a threat. Could rogue elements within British or foreign intelligence agencies have played a role in her death? The possibility seemed both far-fetched and disturbingly plausible. These early theories, often dismissed as the stuff of tabloids, highlighted the unease and suspicion surrounding the official account. People wanted answers, and they weren't satisfied with what they were being told. The more people dug, the more they found inconsistencies and unanswered questions. Every new piece of information seemed to lead to more doubts and more theories. The stage was set for a deeper dive into the mysteries surrounding Diana's death. As the world mourned, the search for the truth became a relentless pursuit, driven by a desire for justice and closure. No organization has been more closely linked to conspiracy theories surrounding Diana's death than MI6, the British Secret Intelligence Service. This agency, shrouded in secrecy and tasked with protecting national security, has often been at the center of numerous speculations and theories. These theories, often fueled by speculation and hearsay, suggest that Diana was perceived as a liability to the crown and that MI6 was tasked with silencing her. The whispers in dark rooms and the confidential documents only add to the mystique and suspicion surrounding her untimely demise. Proponents of this theory point to Diana's relationship with Dodi Fayed. Their public appearances and candid moments captured by paparazzi were more than just tabloid fodder. They were seen as a potential threat to the established order. Fayed's father, Mohammed Al-Fayed, was a prominent Egyptian businessman with alleged ties to controversial figures. His influence and connections raised eyebrows and added another layer of complexity to the narrative. Some believe that MI6 fearing Diana's association with Fayed, saw her as a potential security risk. The idea that her relationship could compromise national security was enough to set alarm bells ringing within the intelligence community. Furthermore, Diana's global platform and her outspokenness on sensitive issues, such as the landmines campaign, may have made her a target of rogue elements within the intelligence community. Her ability to draw international attention to controversial topics was both her strength and possibly her downfall. Some theorize that these factions, operating outside the bounds of the law, decided to eliminate Diana to protect their interests. The idea of covert operations and secret meetings in dimly lit rooms adds a dramatic flair to the already sensational story. While there is no concrete evidence to support these claims, the MI6 connection continues to intrigue and fuel speculation. The emblem of MI6, the shredding of secret documents, and the headquarters at night all contribute to the aura of mystery and suspicion. The secretive nature of intelligence agencies, combined with the lack of transparency surrounding the investigation, has created fertile ground for conspiracy theories to flourish. The closed investigation files and the dimly lit discussions only serve to deepen the intrigue and keep the theories alive in the public imagination. Section 4. A delayed response, examining the medical timeline. One of the most troubling aspects of the Diana crash is the timeline of the medical response. Witnesses reported seeing Diana alive after the impact, yet it took over an hour to transport her to the hospital, a delay that many believe cost her life. The official explanation for the delay cites the severity of Diana's injuries and the need to stabilize her condition before moving her. However, critics argue that a quicker response, particularly given the availability of advanced medical facilities in Paris, could have saved her. Adding to the controversy is the fact that the ambulance carrying Diana took a circuitous route to the hospital, further prolonging the journey. Some speculate that this detour was intentional, designed to buy time or to ensure that Diana did not reach the hospital alive. The medical response to Diana's crash remains a point of contention. The delays, the questionable decisions, and the lack of a clear explanation have fueled suspicion and cast a long shadow over the official account of events. Section 5. The paparazzi and the press exploiting tragedy for profit. In the immediate aftermath of the crash, the paparazzi who had been pursuing Diana's car were vilified. The public and media alike were quick to point fingers, casting the photographers as villains in a tragic story. Accused of hounding her to her death, they became easy scapegoats for the tragedy. The narrative was simple and compelling. Relentless photographers chasing a beloved princess to her untimely demise. While their role in the events leading up to the crash is undeniable, the media's broader involvement in Diana's life and death raises troubling questions. The press had long been a double-edged sword in Diana's life, both elevating her to iconic status and contributing to her struggles. Diana's relationship with the press was complex and often fraught. She was a media darling, her every appearance generating headlines and selling newspapers. She was hounded by paparazzi, her every move scrutinized and sensationalized. The constant attention was both a blessing and a curse, providing her with a platform but also invading her privacy. Yet, she also understood the power of the media and used it to her advantage, championing causes close to her heart. Diana was adept at leveraging her public image to bring attention to issues like landmines and HIV/AIDS, using the press to amplify her voice. After her death, some argued that the relentless pursuit by the paparazzi contributed to the crash. The high-speed chase through the streets of Paris, with photographers in hot pursuit, created a dangerous situation that ended in tragedy. Others, however, pointed to a more insidious form of media manipulation. They suggested that the media's role went beyond just the paparazzi, implicating larger media organizations in a web of sensationalism and profit-driven motives. They alleged that certain media outlets, eager for sensational stories, were complicit in a cover-up, downplaying or ignoring evidence that contradicted the official narrative. This raised questions about the integrity and ethics of the press. The role of the media in Diana's life and death remains a subject of debate. Was the press merely a mirror reflecting public fascination, or did it actively shape and distort the narrative for its own ends? While the paparazzi's pursuit undoubtedly played a role in the tragedy, the broader media landscape, with its thirst for scandal and its potential to shape public opinion, cannot be ignored. The media's influence is pervasive, and its impact on Diana's life and legacy is profound and multifaceted.